Good evening. My name is Christian McKernan, and this is Robert Crimmins. Today, we will be discussing the stock of Atmos Energy Corporation, a natural gas utilities firm headquartered in Dallas, Texas. Atmos Energy is one of the nation's largest natural gas-only distributors based on number of customers. Atmos distributes safe, clean, and affordable natural gas to over 3 million customers. These are residential, commercial, public authority, and industrial customers in 8 states located primarily throughout the South. It maintains over 76,000 miles of transmission and service pipeline, and it intends to achieve its vision of being the safest provider of natural gas services by operating its business exceptionally well, investing in its people and its infrastructure, and enhancing its corporate culture.
So I'm going to talk about the natural gas industry. Over the past few years, natural gas has gained enormous popularity due to its environmental friendliness and abundant supply. The average daily production for the first half of 2018 is at around 94.3 billion cubic feet per day, approximately a 12% increase from the same time in 2017. It may be recalled that 2017 marked the first year that the United States became a net exporter of natural gas, and the country's role as a global energy producer has only increased. It's important to note that this exponential growth in production is justified. On December 6, 2018, the United States Geological Survey reportedly discovered its largest continuous assessment of oil and natural gas in Texas and New Mexico's Delaware Basin, conveniently located well within Atmos' territory. Estimates claim that the reserve could easily contain up to 281 trillion cubic feet of natural gas, enough to sustain the country for approximately 7 years.
We rate Atmos Energy Corporation as a buy with a target price of $106.45. Our recommendation is driven by the following key points. Let's begin with Texas Gas Reliability Infrastructure Program, more commonly known as GRIP. GRIP allows Atmos to freely raise prices, which results in consistent earnings growth. All that GRIP protocol requires is that companies like Atmos claim additional investment associated with a specific part of their business. So naturally, Atmos Energy has increased its investment into its pipeline infrastructure to further boost its future profitability.
Our second reason is based on the company's handling of dividends and capital expenditures. Atmos Energy consistently splits its excess operational funds between dividend growth and capital expenditures in the form of infrastructure and pipeline upgrades. Atmos Energy has increased its quarterly dividend for the past 19 years, with the current dividend yield sitting at 2.1%. The rest of its excess operational funds have consistently been put into building and expanding the pipeline network. As CapEx as a percent of revenue has increased, Atmos Energy has observed a direct correlation with return on equity growth, which has increased 10.77% since 2009, approximately the same time they started this new protocol to add to their CapEx every year. Our third reason is based on the production of natural gas. The EIA forecasts that for the next 2 years, the average production of natural gas will increase by 5.2% each year. All this natural gas needs a means of transportation, and considering that Atmos Energy's infrastructure is within 50 miles of the United States' largest drilling site, it is safe to assume that, at least in the short term, its services will be in high demand for years to come.
Since the discovery of the Delaware Basin, the abundance of local oil has become a massive revenue driver for Atmos Energy. Due to a shortage of transportation companies and Atmos already existing great infrastructure in the West Texas region, Atmos is practically guaranteed a high service demand for many years to come. Atmos is further helped by the fact that over the past 5 years, natural gas prices have decreased 35%. And with predicted increases in natural gas residential demand lagging behind predicted increases in natural gas production, it's safe to say that there's a good chance these prices may drop even further, enticing more customers to increase their transmission demand. And this is very significant to Atmos because transmission makes up 30% of Atmos' total revenue.
In order to maintain a conservative analysis of pleasing on the board, we have concluded that Atmos Energy holds a wide moat Considering that they have a wide base of customers and they have a vast pipeline network, it seems logistically unlikely that they will lose any portion of their market share in the years to come.
Most companies simply cannot afford the great capital expenditures associated with entering the natural gas utilities industry. Therefore, the industry has historically been subject to very low levels of competition. Yet Atmos has still made it a priority to protect itself from any potential competition by significantly investing into its pipeline infrastructure, as it has very much over the past few years. It has also employed its vast financial resources as a means of fending off competition by purchasing its competitors. Back in 2004, Atmos bought TXU Corporation, a former competitor headquartered in Dallas as well. And this purchase yielded over 6,800 miles of pipeline to Atmos Energy and expanded its already large customer base. In regards to Porter's 5 forces, the most significant for Atmos is barriers to entry. Due to the high cost of capital associated with entering the natural gas utilities industry, there is practically zero path whatsoever for new companies to emerge and increase competition against Atmos. Therefore, the Porter's score corresponding with no risk, a 5, was given.
From the year 2017 to 2018, Atmos Energy's income tax expense decreased a whopping 96.3% due to enormous federal tax cuts. This gave Atmos Energy the outstanding capital to massively increase its yearly CapEx contributions, and the results were simply amazing. The stark decrease in the income tax expense catalyzed the net income to increase by 52%, total revenue increased by 12.9%, and gross profits increased by 4.7%. Over the past 4 years, Atmos Energy has averaged 22.8% earnings growth per year. That's an incredible 91.4% earnings growth in the course of just 4 years. In addition to this, predictions have Atmos's 2019 first quarter earnings outpacing 2018's first quarter earnings by approximately 6.4%. Now I'm going to make a comment. After the submission of this project, the earnings came out, and their 2019 first quarter earnings actually beat the previous predictions by an additional 7.7%, coming in at $1.82 per share. And finally, balance sheet. In an attempt to maximize their yearly CapEx contributions, Atmos Energy has both decreased its total current assets and increased its total liabilities in both 2016 and 2017. But this, all the assets have been appropriately reallocated into expanding and updating their pipeline network, showing the company's dedication to its currently very successful expand and earn business model.
We have determined Atmos Energy's 2019 target price to be $106.45 based on an analysis of the company's projected growth for this year. According to Zacks Equity Research, Atmos Q1 earnings are projected to increase by 4.9% over the 2018 numbers, continuing the trend of consistent earnings growth due to the increased pipeline development and infrastructure that they're using in the South and across Texas. So what we did was we multiplied this 4.9% increase across each 2018 quarter to find a total earnings per share for 2019 of $4.17. We multiplied 417 by the PE ratio of 25:55, which we maintain constant to maintain a conservative estimate. And we found a total target price of $106.45, which provides 4.9% upside over the current share price.
Considering that we now have, after the submission, a higher first quarter estimate, it proves that this is a very, very conservative target price and will most likely be much higher. The largest risk to Atmos Energy's bottom line is regulation. Due to varying state and local regulations, Atmos Energy constantly undergoes a review of its returns and has to endure a lengthy regulatory review at the end of each year. In addition to this, Atmos Energy is subject to the federal environmental regulations, which in the course of violation could result in fines, penalties, or suspension of services. We did not think that pipeline or storage leakages or explosions would be a huge risk for Atmos Energy because of their dedication to safety and their clean track record.
Thank you all for your attention. Robert and I would be glad to answer any questions that you may have.